It doesn't get any worse than this. In my last column, I talked about how humanoid robots have become a battleground in technology development. With the help of AI, we create increasingly complex systems that solve increasingly complex problems. A challenge for us poor mortals is simply to keep up as everything moves faster and faster outside our own windows. After all, that's how it is. The level of technology we have today, on the day that you listen to this, will be old news already tomorrow. The exponential curve clearly shows that the speed is increasing in almost all areas of development. We have known this on an intellectual level for a very long time. A scene from the very watchable TV series Three-Body Problem describes how it took us 90,000 years to go from hunters and gatherers to becoming permanent residents. 10,000 years later, we arrived at industrialization. 200 years after that came atomic power, and another 50 years later, we are now in the information age. It doesn't get any worse than this. On basically all technology fronts, we will perform better already tomorrow. And the improvement is greater than that which took place from yesterday to today. The chatbot or AI model you interact with now will never be as bad as it is now. It will only evolve and improve. Whether we as individuals will appreciate and value what the development leads to is a completely different debate. So, how are we poor carbon-based life forms going to be able to grasp this, now that technological leaps are happening more and more frequently? I have what you may call a provisional opinion on this matter. I think that what's needed is a compass rather than a map. The idea has been formulated by many, including Seth Godin, and means in short that it is more important to have a direction than to have a goal. There's a very small number of individuals on the planet who have enough influence to stop or even slow down the development of AI. And there's very little indication that this will happen. So, how are the rest of us supposed to keep up? We need to learn as much as possible. When I help companies and individuals grasp things like this, I often start from my own compass. It consists of a number of tenets or rules that I keep revisiting and which largely govern how I try to set out a sensible direction that helps me keep up to date, at least to some degree. So, here it is, how you can relate to the rapid digital development. My 7 tenets. Number 1, be curious. Follow trailblazers. Sign up for stuff you don't fully understand if someone you trust tells you to do so. Number 2, fight frustration. Do not settle. Ask what could be done differently. Number 3, try stuff. Play around with new tools. Do fun stuff if you want. The job stuff and the serious stuff will come when it comes. Number 4, do not worry about scaling. With digital technology, scaling becomes much easier than you think. Focus on your situation and address your own challenges first. Number 5, test, learn, repeat. What have you learned today? Tell others. Think incremental change, not big bang. Number 6, say why not instead of why, at least 50% of the time. Look outside your own comfort zone and be opportunistic when possible, deterministic when needed. And finally, number 7. This is a moving target. There is no done. Keep going west. The overall message is that we must avoid standing still, that standing still is actually the same thing as moving backwards, and that the future is a very exciting place that we are all heading towards. Now, you may ask what all this has to do with logistics. Everything. Thank you so much for listening.